Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. Today we're going to be talking about Bow or Archer from Fate. Now, this was one of the more highly requested ones. I didn't have enough materials for this guy. Realistically speaking, I had way too many materials for this guy, so get this. Look at how much extra yin-yang daggers I have compared to like the holy grails after I actually summoned him. I literally had gotten so many yin-yang daggers, it was insane. But besides that, though, I got the materials to actually evo him. Took an extra day than I'd like it to. Next I'll be working on Asta for the next video. Yeah, that just takes a while. Like, I have to AFK, I have to make sure that I'm farming the right stuff, I have to go get more copies of Asta. That's the reason why I couldn't work on him yet. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. So Shiro becomes Bow in this game. So let's go ahead and try him out. Now, I have already put on my Ranger set. If you guys haven't seen this Ranger set yet, it's the same one I put on my Trigun. So we're literally just doing the Ranger set, which will allow him to do double damage on every third shot, which really works with his passive quite well too. Now, with the charge shot, the bow charges itself and shoots the Kalad Bolg before releasing it, unleashing a giant explosion upon hitting the enemy. So this probably just hits everything for 850 damage guaranteed, which is pretty cool. Innate passive, Bow's basic attacks have increased 20% attack speed with a 300% damage bonus. But in turn, he could only hit one enemy at a time. Now, I don't know if this fights with the trait explosive, but I'm quite curious on if it does, like if it's a forced trait, like if it forces you to specifically only hit one enemy, even if you have explosion, is what I'm asking. So, you know, it's really hard to get in touch with the devs on these topics because honestly, no one talks to me. But I still love the game, so I still play it. Let's see. Over time, he builds his bar until he manifests Reality Marble, which is like a domain, so to speak, which is pretty cool. Unlimited Blades Work, which alters his skill within his Reality of Marbles. His skill changes to dealing 10% of his skill damage over 20 ticks. Now, 10% of his skill damage for only 20 ticks, that's for every single time you do it. So it's like consistent damage, which on paper sounds really good, but honestly, quite the lackluster domain. I kind of expected a bit more out of it. The damage is nice, but to get to that domain, you might as well just keep running Broly. I mean, you're going to get the same worth, is what I'm saying. Both these characters kind of have the same deal going on, where they kind of require to get to that certain point in order to start doing some real damage. Keep in mind, I did not put any traits on this guy yet. So I think I could try to, honestly, while we're here, see if we could get something. I'm only curious because this dude would really benefit from like something like explosive. But of course, we're going to bring him into the different game modes and see how he performs. Of course, he's legendary, my bad. Oh, Iron Body, no thank you, no thank you. I will accept Crit Chance, because I think Crit Chance will be pretty cool too. 35% attack, that's not bad. Should we stick with that for now? I think for the video's sake, I'm going to stick for that, because you guys want to see what he could do without anything crazy like Destined and stuff like that, of course. At least until I get Destined on Archer, then we're cooking. But this dude's definitely not going to be a wave mode type character. I think he's going to be a raid boss killer. But if you already are running like Broly and certain characters like that, you should be fine already. Let's go ahead and see Asuna. I think that Asuna is like lacking in defense right now, hence why she dies so often. I do need to fix her build, so if you see her die, don't worry about it. It's really not that big of a deal. She's not the one we're worried about here. Alright, so we do have that 35% attack increase. We have Aqua with the crit bonus, which gives us a higher chance of hitting. I think that Asuna has like no defense. Yeah, she has like a 1,300, so she might just die. Yep, she's dead. Okay, yeah, that's just gonna happen whenever you have a character that just has no defense. If you're curious on what my Aqua's defense is at, it's like around like 1,500 1.5, but keep in mind she also has 2 times the amount of HP as well. Hence why I do like balancing HP and defense, because even if you have a good amount of defense, if they still chip away your health, say the boss has some type of defense, like they go through your defense at least by a little bit, then you're going to struggle a little bit, you know what I mean, and your character's going to die quite often if you just don't put HP. So I'd always worry about that. Here, as you can see, we got Archer, who's just doing his job right now. Broly's finally going into his wrath state, which gives him the extra 25%. By the way, he's chopped right now. Don't ask why he's so chopped. It's I guess someone just forgot. Like, honestly, can we just talk about how Broly in this game makes no sense? The Evo or anything like that? Like, realistically speaking, like the Evo for Broly is from Z Broly turning into Super Broly, when it was already a skin for Z Broly to be Super Broly. Then they changed the second skin from S Broly to Broly's Second Coming skin. So it just makes no sense. They should just either be Z Broly or Super Broly and leave the others as skins, because this is like obviously something's conflicting in the files. But besides that, Archer himself, he's doing really, really nice damage with the 300%. He hasn't gotten full focus yet, but you see how he's fighting with the Destined Broly. Destined Broly does not do a lot of damage at all until he actually gains full wrath. Also, insane on paper, Archer should also be doing that same, like a good amount of damage as well. On paper, he should be keeping up with this. And then you see right here, like, the transformation literally turns him into S Broly again. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. But here we go. Domain. We have the domain. Now, the domain changes everything, but at the same time, it changes his skill to actually just shoot the focus fire of the swords and stuff like that. Broly's still doing a lot more damage just because of his ability when he gets the mouth beam is absolutely insane. So yeah, it just does way too much damage. The Broly mouth beam is insane. Look at, he's already toppled him in damage. But we're gonna see the skill right here for the Archer skill right there. There you go. And does that really push him ahead a little bit? It pushes him ahead a little bit, but it's not really like, it's really good damage. Like, I'm gonna be real. The fact that he's already outpacing Zoro out of all characters is really, really impressive. But keep in mind, he only hits one character at a time. So after that, he's kind of cooked. So he is kind of like a boss raid and stuff like that. And I'm going to show you guys whenever we go into, like, let's say like a master mode, or maybe even tower. And we kind of like just see how they perform there. Because keep in mind, Archer can only hit one character at a time. I don't really want to bore you guys going through tower, though. Maybe no, because hard mode's easy now. It would have to be tower. I'd actually have to go back and try tower. But let's look at Archer's damage now. He's in the 5 million range, which is not bad. You know, if you had like for his damage over time skill and all that fun stuff, I think that it could be a lot better when he's in his domain. But as of this moment, that domain really just doesn't do anything but look really cool. And that's about it. If you're curious on why he's also alive, he does have higher stats than other characters right here. So yeah, we won the hard mode, and we won with Broly and Zoro, and of course, we're down to DPS because she has no defense right now with no HP. But as you can see, Archer does a lot of good damage, even with the most basic of traits. Now, I had a question from somebody, was like, who's better, Trigun or Archer? And realistically speaking, Archer does have very consistent damage. Keep in mind, I am running the set that gives him double damage on every third shot. And then, you know, with the appropriate traits, you could get something really, really broken. Like, let's say, like, Destined, obviously Speed Blitz. Anything like that would totally work on these characters that are purely ranged units, which I think is pretty impressive. I'm going to actually just... There we go. I'm happy already. I can die happy after this. But, yeah. So something like this on Archer would actually go insane, too. Because he benefits from doing the M1s. Like, he's going to do more damage with his M1s more than anything. And I think that people should realize that with these new archer units. They're less skill-based units. They're more like around just doing archer stuff, which is just attacking. The more that they could attack, the better, which is pretty useful. So I hope you guys... should we take him in? I think we should. Let's go ahead and just try to take him into story. I know some people... Oh, wait. Actually, no. There's a much better game mode I can take him into. Dungeon. You're going to see the massive difference in just how these guys perform. Just because the way they perform is completely different. I'm going to be real. So, let's go into Dungeon. Dungeon is like the, one of the harder game modes in the game. And it's like wave-based. So let's see what Archer can do in this case, because only his skill is going to be able to hit everything. Now, I think as a character that's locked at just hitting one character at a time, it's kind of a sad thing. Not bad. He's fast. I like that. I like how fast he is. That's what makes me so happy about using him. Yeah, like ARUCARD, but if ARUCARD actually did damage... Like, why are people glazing ARUCARD? He sucks compared to these new characters, man. And he's the ancient. Like, he's out-of-the-box ancient, and he sucks really, really bad. When someone like Archer's doing God's work over here, even attacking only one character at a time, he's still doing all the work. Look at that. And his skill only has a 20-second cooldown, which is quite impressive, honestly. It's very fast, 20-second cooldown. You want to complete objectives quickly. And with that being the case, his skill is what's really carrying him through most of this content. So I do see him being very viable, honestly. With a 20-second cooldown skill, you're already using like any other cooldown reduction. Even if he just hits like one character, that's really not that big of a deal. Besides that, though, I think he's doing just great. Let's see. Yeah, he's actually just blitzing Broly in damage. And with that being the case, that really just has to do with Broly not doing damage, really. Let's be real, Broly doesn't even do damage in his first Wrath form. When he does go Legendary Super Saiyan, obviously whenever he gets his Mouth Beam, he just becomes absolutely godly. But Archer's giving him a run for his money, and stats is what I like to look at. Now, we should be seeing some real worth over here whenever we see them evolve. I'm curious to see if the domain, how it changes the dynamic of his ability, because his ability does change, but for the worse. I wouldn't say it's for the better for someone like Archer. And I'm curious. So we're going to do this. Yeah, we'll just do that. I'm curious on after he gets his focus and he becomes the, what do you call it? The reality marble. Here we go. Oh, wait. Okay, we had Broly change either way. Okay. Now reality marble. All right. And now we have reality marble. Now, I'm curious. Yeah, see how slow his attack is now? I'm curious to see who's doing more damage with their abilities. Is it going to be Archer or is it going to be Broly? Now here, Broly can't even attack. He's just doing basic M1s. Let's see that ability from Archer real quick. Because is the Gay Bulge is like the better one. Yeah, see that? It does almost nothing. With that being the case, I don't think it's really like... Reality Marble should just get a buff straight up. I don't think that this is really good. So with Archer pretty much like losing DPS entirely whenever he goes into the Reality Marble, that's kind of just tough. Honestly, I don't know why Reality Marble's so weak. When you see someone like Broly just get an absolute boost. Like, we're going to put Broly back on it right now. Mouth Beam alone just skyrockets Broly. Even if I have Destined. Obviously, I have Destined and stuff like that. But even if you do the math and you just take down, what do you call it? You take 2/3 of this damage off. Not from this, but like from each thing. So we'll be looking at still about like a couple 100,000 damage per Mouth Beam, even without Destined. You know what I mean? So, yeah, no, Archer's Reality Marble, it just doesn't help in this case. It actually just makes him worse. And since his M1s are like a thing, like if they're gonna keep it, they might as well just keep it the same move, because even someone like Trigun is going to do a lot better than Archer in this instance, because Trigun's Angel Arm is absolutely insane and very useful. So yeah, that's just me though. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take it easy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy and peace out.